What's going on, Park Hoppin? This is Jay. If you're new here, like and subscribe. I have got a lot of information about the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser. As of right now, it is December 4th, 12:30 a.m. And what am I looking at? I'm looking at bookings, right? And I want to explain something to you. A few days ago, Disney dropped a horrible teaser trailer for this resort, for this hotel. Everybody, every Star Wars channel, everyone was like, that ain't it. That is a terrible commercial for your hotel. It didn't look like Star Wars, felt a little more like a cheap Star Trek, and there was nothing about it that wowed anyone. And I'm talking people that even love Disney Star Wars. They were like, that hotel ain't it. And remember, the price tag is ridiculous. For a 2-night stay, which is a minimum, you have to stay 2 nights. For 2 people, it's around $5,000. Now, as an annual pass holder, I had early access to book my reservation at this resort, at this hotel. And when they opened it up to annual pass holders, it filled up. So I'll give credit. People are paying the money. It filled up from March to June. But since they dropped, and it was full because I kept checking, I kept seeing, I kept asking my friends like that have media pass saying, could you get me in on a media pass so I could just review it for the channel? I tried every avenue. They're like, we'll see if there's any dates available. Maybe I can get you in on a media. I was trying. Couldn't get it. I checked today. And I believe because of that teaser trailer and the negative reviews, people are canceling their booking. This just was available today. Well, I didn't check yesterday, but today. But the day before I checked, and the day before that, and this was completely full. And it looks like people are canceling. They're canceling their booking because they're like, ooh, that doesn't look too good. I do believe these first few days are just influencers because these were unavailable. The first hour that booking was available for annual pass holders or DVC or anything, these were already taken. So it wouldn't surprise me if they gave it to YouTubers, influencers to go in first and come out and say, oh, look how great it is and things like that. Now, this is what happened. This is what started as a disaster. The first thing that they ever dropped on us was this poster. And they were like, hey, you can live in the Star Wars. And we didn't know anything about this hotel. Now, we were kind of like, Star Wars hotel, yeah, that'd be cool. Like, I love Star Wars. What's it going to be like? What is it just going to be like themed rooms? Like, what's it going to be like? They dropped this poster, which told us it's going to be about the sequel trilogy characters. And they're like, we want you to live in this world. We want you to live in this world. They gave us some, art that what it possibly could look like. There's Chewbacca or a Wookiee, and the kids are playing and things like that. The card game, you could win the Falcon, I guess. They gave us a little tease of some of the food and some of the cabins. You're just kind of like, okay. Then they dropped some of the highlights. And you're just looking like, all right, lightsaber training, that looks cool, but here's what lightsaber training looks like. They dropped this video here. I'll move it over to show you what lightsaber training is. And again, people were watching it and going, what is this? Like, it just looks cheap. It doesn't look fun at all. So this box turns on and a couple lights shine and you just try to touch it with your lightsaber. They have toys like this for sale. I had one. It was a Yoda. And he shot little lasers and you had a little lightsaber and you just, if you blocked it, it beeped. But this is the lightsaber training room. You could see that there's one right next to each other. And so there's just going to be a bunch of people standing there with the little light and you're just going to try to touch it with the lightsaber and get points. And they're going to shuffle you in and shuffle you out as fast as possible. That's what it's going to look like. follow the lights. Then they gave us a little sneak peek of the deck of something you'll be doing, and you're like, that looks nothing like Star Wars. Looks nothing like Star Wars. And all they did here was he just went and pushed buttons that did nothing. It just turned lights on and off. That's all it did. If you see, he pushes buttons and switches that just turns lights on and off. This is the same thing that they have in the Millennium Falcon ride. They have buttons you push that just turns lights on and off. And then they showed this. They're like, this is something else you could do. Basically, the ship is under attack. So you need 2 people. And this is a terrible idea, by the way. One person is the gunner. The other person is the targeter. You really want people to fight? You'd be like, can you target this thing better? We're trying to shoot. We're trying to get points. And so you have to play together with somebody to shoot the TIE Fighter. Basically, it's a giant video game that's not really that great. That's all you do. One person pushes the button to shoot. The other one goes back and forth. Again, not like no wows here. Now they show the deck here, and I could tell you that what this is they're gonna bring in a bunch of people to play, I guess, at the same time, and one person, gets to throw it into hyperspace. So whoever that lucky kid is, or adult, or whoever, they get to throw the lever. This is very similar to the Smuggler's Run ride that they have at Galaxy's Edge. Basically, there's 6 components, 2 pilots, 2 gunners, 2 engineers. And if you're not the pilot, you're at the mercy of the pilot, and it could be a terrible, terrible ride. So they drop this, and you're just kind of like, okay. Then they gave us this right here. And they titled it Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser Official Realistic Lightsaber Teaser Trailer. Now, why would they call it that? Like, why would they just have someone that looks like Rey? They didn't even get Daisy Ridley. They just gave someone that looks like Rey to hold this thing and extract the lightsaber, right? And then they give the advertisement where you could see it at the Galactic Starcruiser. And the rumor was around, oh, you can only buy it if you stay at the hotel. You can only buy it if you stay at the hotel. I was getting emails from people all over saying, Jay, if you go, I will give you whatever it costs. I want that lightsaber. Buy it for me, this and that. Well, it was just announced that this lightsaber will not be for sale. And it's like, why did they even tease it? Is this the draw? You want me to pay all this money to watch somebody else hold the lightsaber? Is that what you want? Like, that, it's terrible marketing. It's terrible marketing that you can't even purchase. We were officially told. They told IGN, who got to visit the hotel, saying these were not for sale. They're only for the actors that are inside the resort, the hotel. So then everyone's like, wow, that sucks. I wanted that. So now you get to go through the experience. They started to tell you what's going to happen. All right. And this is what they dropped. You arrive at 1 o'clock and you go to to the Starcruiser. Basically, I don't know if they have a picture here. Basically, you drop your car off and they park it somewhere. It's supposed to be immersive, and you go to the orientation and you take like a little pod, to the starship, and then you start your experience. You have light refreshments, sabacc lessons, the card game. That's 30 minutes. What if you don't want that? What do you want to do? Then there's captain's reception. Then there's dinner. A couple things till 7:30, and then they have an unexpected story moment that's only 30 minutes. Basically, everyone in the hotel is going to be around, and the First Order is going to show up, and some people might get picked to be a spy. Some people might get picked to hide someone in a box. It's not that big a deal. And this is the same thing that you can do at Galaxy's Edge. Now, before, pre-pandemic, it was a lot more interactive. When you go to Galaxy's Edge, that's located in the Disney park, they wanted you to feel like you were in a Star Wars world. So they invented a world, Batuu, that nobody knows. It takes place in between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. That's it. There's no Mandalorian. There's nothing. The characters you interact with are Rey, Kylo Ren, Chewbacca, and First Order troopers, and a couple spies. And sometimes they'll give you missions to do. Basically, tell you to go find Chewbacca or go find this person. But since the pandemic, they've had to stop all this. So you just wonder what they're going to do with this. The next day, the big thing is not the hotel. The big thing is to take a shuttle to Batu at 8 o'clock in the morning. And it only runs from 8 to 8:30. So if you wanted to stay up late and sleep in because you're on vacation, nah, you got to get up early. You're going to get on Rise of the Resistance, the ride that keeps breaking down. It is impossible to get on. So maybe if you pay $5,000, you can get on the ride. Then you have another story moment. Now, I don't know how they're going to do this because the theme park will be open. So people will be at Galaxy's Edge. I don't know if they're going to have somebody with a big flag that you got to follow and walk around. I don't know how that's going to work. Then they want you to do Smuggler's Run. So basically, they're going to shut down the rides for everyone at the hotel every day. That's really something. So basically, if you can pay for it, you don't have to wait in line. Go back to the Starcruiser. But here's the thing. You have lunch at Docking Bay 7. Man, that food... First of all, that food is in a small bowl. It don't fill me up. And it's not the greatest. Then you go to lightsaber training, build a model ship. You can do that at Galaxy's Edge. You can build a droid. You don't have to spend the $5,000 to stay at the hotel. You can do that with a regular ticket. The Spock tournament, cocktails, and then another story moment that's only 30 minutes. This one is a little bit longer. No. Yeah, a little bit longer. So the First Order probably boards the ship and something happens. And then there's a big finale. Wake up and have breakfast and you're gone. And people were like, okay. But then they dropped it on us. It's a minimum of 2 nights. And they were like, hey, listen, don't think of this as a hotel. Think of this like you're going on a cruise. All right? It's not a hotel. It's like a cruise. That's why there's little things to do here and there. Stuff like that. They showed us the standard cabin. The class suite. And the grand captain suite. Sleeps 8 passengers, 2 queens, some bunk beds. A wall pull-down bed for 1 adult. Comes with a little bar. And they dropped the price. And this is what caught everyone's attention. So listen to me very carefully. This is what they call off-peak hours. Which means this is the lowest it'll go. So what they're saying is that there's a good chance that this will get a lot more expensive. 2 guests per basic standard cabin is $4,800 for the 2 night. Now, that's not including tax, which will be a lot more, and probably a couple of little extras as well. This is departure dates for most weeknights. So weekends will be more expensive. Now, if you have 4 people per cabin, it'll be $6,000 plus tax. All right, everybody with me? And here we are on the voyage dates. Now, I will say this. They opened this last month and it filled up quickly. There are people out there that have money to burn. But since they dropped that teaser trailer and everybody were like, this ain't it, boss. This ain't it. People are canceling their booking. This is a shocker. Usually, like if YouTubers can be the first in there, whether they like it or not, they're going to get thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views for being the first. It'll probably pay for. Basically, if I book the 5th and 6th, and I'm like one of the first YouTubers to get a video out, if they even let me, if I'm allowed to even show video, it would probably pay for itself because people are curious and they would watch the video. But then I saw this. Ryan Kennel's video just dropped while I'm making this. And that teaser trailer, they deleted it in the middle of Friday Night Tykes while they were talking about it. And here he is showing part of Friday Night Tykes where they talked about it. And then Ryan went on my video because I watched it here because he was looking for the Twitter video, which has also been deleted. So they knew it was getting horrible reviews. They might have been watching Friday Night Tykes and saying, okay, we got to delete this because this ain't helping our cause. People are canceling their stay at the cruiser. This is turning out to be a total disaster, a total nightmare. And you're just like, I don't know how they're going to fix this. And they got to hit a home run because people aren't going to, you're going to burn through your 1% of people that'll pay the money to go. And if they come out saying, yeah, it kind of sucked. Just saying. You tease the lightsaber that you're not going to sell. You tease some immersive experience, but you're just taking them to a theme park. You gave us a teaser trailer that everyone from the Disney Star Wars lovers and I are saying, that ain't worth it. If this was like a $200 a night resort, no one would be talking about it. I'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'll try to book there. When you're talking $6,000, upwards to $7,500 for a family for 2 nights. You have a disaster on your hand. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It's Jay with Park Hoppin. If you're new here, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notification. We bring all the theme park news here. Tons of it. We go to the parks, especially here in Orlando. It's difficult to travel right now with all the lockdowns and things like that, but we are trying to get to other theme parks, not only in America, but around the world to bring you all that content. This is Jay. Catch you next time.